Hey y'all, welcome to the Birmingham Real Estate Update COVID-19 edition. This is the 6th week of us doing this, and we're just going to go through the weekly statistics on the Birmingham real estate market, and then kind of do a little summary of where we've been over the last 6 weeks, and then update everyone on the stimulus. There's a lot of things coming out and guidance coming out on how to receive stimulus money as a result of this shutdown. So I want to keep everyone updated on that. Let's go ahead and get started on the numbers here. We have 345 closings in the last week. 69 were cash, about 20%. And that compares to last year of 573 closings over the same week last year, with about 21% of those closings were cash. So there's looks like a drop in closings. What we've noticed is that when I measure the number of closings, this is all fresh MLS data, so it continues to change as we not every closing gets recorded in the MLS on the day that it happens. So when we look back, the numbers, like for example, last week went from 315 when I measured it to now it's showing 403 closings. So these numbers could be revised up from this week. They could be revised up a little closer to what we saw. And so, really holding pretty strong. Still lots of closings happening. Just a little snapshot picture of the market. We're monitoring active listings as well as the contingent active break clause pending properties that are under contract, monitoring how many of those there are. So there's a slight drop, about 50 less active listings, and a slight increase, about 100 more contingent properties this week versus last week. Really no drastic changes. I don't see necessarily any patterns emerging from that. So looking like a stable market to me. And speaking to other realtors, just anecdotally, I think it's very stable, even hot in certain areas where there's a lot of transactions still happening. Every contract that I have for clients was a multiple offer situation. A couple of them were above list price, and that's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing from most agents in the Birmingham area. And this is just a summary from the last 6 weeks. I compared the last 6 weeks since this whole thing started to the same period a year ago, the same 6-week period a year ago. And we're looking at about 83% of the closings. So obviously I think the shutdown here is having an effect. It's way less drastic than I thought it was going to be, way less drastic than we've seen in other cities in the US, other countries. It's definitely affecting us differently than it has some other places in a good way. We're still staying very active, a lot of closings happening. And if you look at prices, the numbers reflect what I'm hearing from other agents and what we're seeing. I measured the average price and also the median price. And on average, we're looking at about a 7% increase. If you use the median, which is probably a more accurate number, you're looking at 11% increase for the 6-week period. So really strong numbers. I really don't see prices going down given what I'm hearing. It's just tough for prices to go down when most of your contracts are multiple offers. A lot of them are going above list price, at or above list price. So I think that's going to continue. And I think volume is really going to pick right back up as we're supposed to open the state this Friday. So we will see, how that affects things. I think it's going to honestly make the market even hotter than it already is, because some people that have been on the sidelines are going to be jumping right in and have kind of a sense of urgency. So that's our numbers covering the statistics on the market. I wanted to update y'all on the stimulus. There's new guidance coming out all the time, new projected plans that Congress is considering, ways to help people, because we've all obviously been affected in our businesses and in our lives, financially and in a lot of other ways from this shutdown, and hopefully we're on the back end of that, but you never know what could be happening. So the SBA has 2 loans. These are both for businesses, but it includes self-employed businesses. It includes kind of side hustles. It includes a broad array of things. The EIDL is a loan that was originally supposed to be a $10,000 grant. Then it became $1,000 per employee. I had one that funded at $1,000 per employee, which was just me. And then Congress came out this week and said that they want the SBA to pay the full $10,000. That's the way it was written. That's the way it was intended to be implemented. And so that's what they want it to be. If you've received 1,000, they want it to be 10,000. And so we'll see how it actually ends up playing out. The portal to apply for these has been closed for at least like a week and a half. If it opens back up anytime soon, you would want to be jumping on it very quickly, because there's limited funds in this program, and there's limited funds in the PPP program also, which is the other SBA loan. It's a payroll protection loan. Also covers a broad range of businesses, self-employed, contractors. So I was able to get one of these PPP loans done very quickly early in the process, in the first round of funding. They just added a second round of funding, but again, it's limited. And the problem is that some banks are having trouble getting these processed, getting them approved by the SBA. And I mentioned last week that I could connect you to banks that are doing well with these. And my banker said that he's going to continue processing these loans, continue getting the money to where it needs to be until it runs out. So if you're trying to apply for a PPP loan and you feel like you're getting the runaround from your bank, I'm happy to make an introduction. I'll put my contact info in the description of this YouTube video. And just reach out to me. I've probably sent 4 or 5 people already his way, and some of them have already been SBA approved and will probably fund early next week. So yeah, just wanted to throw that out there. The other kind of part of this, stimulus checks, the IRS had a portal where you could go and check the status of your stimulus check, the $1,200 per adult and $500 per child. That was not working very well. If you went on there and tried to find out what was going on with your check, most people were getting like error messages. So they think they have it working now. You may want to go and take a look at that if you think you should be receiving a stimulus check. Unemployment, just speaking to a couple realtors who have applied, haven't heard of much success in that area, but I think that hopefully will get sorted out. They opened unemployment up for self-employed people, business owners, for a lot of different ways to access that, and they're trying to make it mesh with kind of the system that's already in place. So I'm going to keep updating y'all on the numbers and the statistics. I'd love it if you would subscribe to my channel. I'm going to keep you updated on the Birmingham market and on this stimulus stuff. Hopefully getting the money to where the people and the places that it needs to be. And yeah, I would just plan to see y'all next week. And thank you for watching.